guys, Leanna here from amiclubwear.com. And a little bit earlier, the videographer, Ruby, who's behind there right now, and I got a little carried away on Pinterest. So Pinterest kind of sucks the life out of you, I think. Once you see something cool, you see all these other cool things. So we were inspired for a few crafts. We have coffee mugs here and different methods of decorating the coffee mugs. We have some chalk for these kind of chalkboard coffee mugs, Sharpie paint markers, and then some acrylic paint. So for one of the versions that's actually with the Sharpie paint marker, you actually will be able to use it. The other ones that we're going to be painting on, this is a little example of one that Ruby did. Look how cute. Is more for like decorative stuff, so if you want to maybe put them on your counter or just for decoration, you're not necessarily going to use them. You could use this if you wanted to, you just have to find some way to seal this, because if not, the acrylic paint will just chip off. But more for decoration, just to look cute on the counter, maybe put a little teapot or kettle next to it. So if you stick around, I'm going to show you some fun, cute ways to decorate some otherwise ordinary coffee mugs. Okay, so for our first coffee mug, I'm going to use one of just the plain white mugs. I think you can get these anywhere from like the dollar store, a drugstore, something like Target or Walmart, super inexpensive, and just some plain, this is just black acrylic paint. And then I'm just going to get a pretty narrow brush because the design that I'm doing is, I'm a huge fan of Alice in Wonderland, so I thought it'd be really cool to do a take on the little drink me potions. So rather than it being a potion bottle, the coffee mug will be the potion bottle, so we're going to paint like a little string on here and then just a little tag that says drink me. So it's going to be pretty simple. This one right here, so it just kind of goes to a point so it's easier to kind of draw and get detailed. And this other one that's just same kind of feel but just a little bit smaller. And we're going to get our black acrylic paint, shake it up a little bit because sometimes it gets a little watery on the ends. We have just a piece of paper. Squirt some of that on there. And I'm going to try this and see how it works out. So the one thing that you're going to have to be really careful about is this stuff's going to take a little bit to dry, so when you are painting on it, just make sure that you're doing it in a way that your hand's not going to hit that part as you continue to work on the piece. So we're just going to do a little bit of a line that's going to be our ribbon. And the one cool thing about this is it doesn't have to be perfect, it's kind of your interpretation, so feel free to be creative. And if you do mess up on this stuff, which is really cool, you can wipe it away really quick before it dries. Even if it does dry, you can just kind of scratch it off and touch up what you need to. Okay, so for our next mug, this is just something I just googled coffee mugs and clicked the images tab to see what kind of came up, just for some inspiration. And a really cool design came up that looked like notebook paper. And the one cool thing about that is you can always write things in there that, like maybe with like a highlighter or something that can be wiped off if you wanted to write like your to-do list or something on your coffee mug that's sitting in front of you. So what I'm going to do first is it's a lot of straight lines, so I'm going to tape off the lines just so it stays somewhat even. And then what I'm going to use to draw the lines is, these are just Sharpie paint markers, so it's a little bit different than a regular Sharpie. It's a little bit thicker and it's going to look more like paint than just a marker line. So if you guys give me a sec, I'll tape this all off and then we'll get going. Alright, so I went ahead and just used regular like masking tape and taped off my line. So on notebook paper there's the thicker part on the top and then the thicker part on the bottom. And then I went ahead and just taped off the lines. So all the parts that are covered where the lines are going to have to go through, we'll just wait till we untape it and fill those parts in. So, I keep doing that, sorry guys. Just shake up your Sharpie paint marker and then kind of just test it, because it takes a little bit of time for the ink to kind of set in that little tip and come out evenly. So we're going to give this a shot. I've never used these, so we're going to see how it works. So it looks like I've got it coming out pretty even. And then you pretty much have your guidelines, so depending on how thick or thin you want your lines to be, all you're going to do is mark right on that line. Okay, so my little paper mug is complete. We thought it'd be really cute to actually write something on our mug, and this is, I would say, probably something, because we did use Sharpie on it, you're not necessarily going to want to drink out of, and I know there's chemicals in this that probably aren't so good for you. So this is going to be more something that's decorative that you place out kind of on your counter like the other two that we have. So I'm going to do a little to-do list on my mug, so give me a sec. So we also have these cool mugs that they kind of look like chalkboard. I tried the chalk on there, which is still really cool if you want to just write yourself a little morning message on your cup of coffee, but it does tend to rub off really quickly. So an alternative, we got a silver Sharpie. So any metallic Sharpie is going to work. Any just colored Sharpie, the color is not going to show up, so you're going to have to use a metallic. So we have a silver metallic Sharpie, and we're just going to give ourselves a nice little good morning message. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a blast making all these fun little mugs. If you guys have any suggestions for other types of arts and crafts you'd like to see us do, please leave it in the comments below and we'll do our best to get to all of your suggestions. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!